This is probably the best monitor you can buy in 2018, and I'm going to tell you why. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button because I'm going to be showing you all about content creation in the digital space. Whether that means photography, filmmaking, graphic design, animation, anything that has to do with creating, we're going to talk about in this channel. Okay, real quickly, I'm super excited about this. We're going to be introducing a creator score, which is 5 principles every product should have if you're a creator. And that's ergonomics, usability, everyday use, impressionability, and as seen on TV. Each section is going to be based off 1 to 10, and I'm going to give it an overall score at the end of this video. So stay tuned for that. This is the Ikan Saga 7, and let me tell you something. It is a beautiful monitor for the price. It's worth more than what I paid for, and there's not a lot of products that I could say that, but this is a very high-end monitor that's going to last me my entire career. That is $600. To get a monitor at this quality and at this price range, essentially, it was going to cost me over $1,000. I'm so happy I found this monitor. So recently, I had a big debacle with Small HD Focus. A lot of different issues. The quality of it wasn't that great. It kept coming in broken. But this is a very solidly built monitor that is strong and built for production. This is a 7-inch monitor that has a dual battery plate as well as SDI in and out and full HDMI in and out. This is very professional to have on set because you're able to run a signal into this and then run a signal out. I can run a Terra deck, any type of wireless system, or even to another monitor. And what's nice about this monitor is that it can be also powered, which has a P-tap connection right there and a headphone. And if you want to do any firmware updates, it's with this USB. One of the reasons why I love this monitor so much is that if you're a professional filmmaker, the price of ownership is just $600. You don't need to go out and buy other accessories to make sure this works right out of the bat. You buy this, use any other cables, batteries that you own, and it's going to work perfectly. Remember, you have to use the Canon batteries, but what's nice about it is that you can buy other plates for it to use any type of batteries that you want. I like using Sony batteries personally, so I was able to pick those up for 20 bucks each. That does raise the price of ownership for myself to $640. However, for anyone else, it's just $600 if you already own these batteries. It's not like the Small HD Focus where it costs $500, but the price of ownership is another $60. So that makes the Ikan and the Small HD with a price difference of around 40 bucks. And if you're going to get the creator's kit with the Small HD, it's the same price, and you get more bang out of your buck with this monitor than the Small HD Focus. So let's really quickly look at the different buttons and menu layouts of this monitor. In your menu button, you have different guides. In these guides, it allows you to have different aspect ratios while showing the opacity to be faint on the top or in the bottom. What's really nice is that there's so many different options for shooting at. And when I'm on set, I love having this just in case I'm in a specific situation. Also customizable to really fine tune your shooting. And then of course you have your crosshair, your grids, and the grids actually go up to 10 grid system. Allows you to really fine tune your framing and make sure everything is perfect for the next shot. You have your brightness, contrast, chromo, sharpness, tint, color temperature, backlight, aspect, and all different types of features. So one thing about this monitor is that it's super bright. I'm actually using the Aperture 300D at 83%. We're going to blow out the image on this monitor. I'm using the Canon 1DX Mark II with an ISO of 100, an aperture of 2.8, and a shutter speed of 60. And we're just going to cycle through, and you can already see it blowing out its own image. So beautiful. Though there is one problem with this system, and that the brightness configuration does not really affect the menu system. So if you're outside and you try and change your system and it's too bright or something like that and the sun's really beating you down, you're not going to be able to see that. So I do recommend picking up a sun hood for that. Okay, we're going to go back here. You have your system configuration, which is just, the basic stuff here. Though it is not like a Small HD. When you turn it upside down, it will automatically flip. So you have to do that in here as well. Your function setup. Here you have your different options for your programmable buttons that are right here, and you have a lot of different options, as you can tell right here. Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful, the different options you have? A lot of monitors, you don't have a lot of those options, especially in this price range. Okay, what's really nice about this monitor is it has programmable buttons, and one thing about the button on this system is that if you click for, say, your histogram, right? you can't change the settings unless you exit out. So that is a pro. You can't change things, but when I'm on set, I like being very quick about things and change it really fast. So that is a learning curve for some creators out there, that you have to press an exit button or repress the button in order to do so. And I do notice when you press the histogram, it does change the brightness and the exposure of the image only for the histograms, as you can see here. That is a very weird feature. I'm not sure why it's built in, but overall, the colors on this monitor is very accurate. I know Ikan in the past has some coloring issues, but this one is very color accurate, especially when it compares to the Small HD Focus. I keep comparing to the Small HD Focus because it's its main competitor in this price range, but I really think it can compete with other monitors that are over $1,000, like the 502 or the 501. So another con with this monitor is that it's kind of bulky, especially with the weight distribution here. Since if you have the larger Sony batteries here, it can be a little top heavy. So when you're mounting it on rigs and stuff like that, it does get a little heavy. And there is a heatsink here. So when I was out shooting in Miami, it got really hot, really fast, though it never had any issues shutting down or anything like that. And it is extremely bright, and I was able to see my exposure throughout the entire day. Even when the sun was beaming on it, I had no sun hood, which blew my mind that this monitor was able to do that, though pros definitely outweigh the benefits, and those pros are it's so cheap. SDI and HDMI cables, all the different features it comes with. And my favorite thing is that it's built like a horse. It is a strong monitor made for the rough and toughness on set. And even if you're a YouTube creator or a smaller creator, you can just mount this on the camera, see your exposure, see what's going on, and it works beautifully. I recommend this for all types of creators. Let's now talk about the creator score. When it comes for ergonomics, I'm going to give it an 8. The reason being that it's nice and solidly built. The button layout is nice. It is a little bulky, so that's why I'm giving it an 8, because of that bulkiness. When it comes to usability, I'm going to give it a complete 9. It is very user-friendly. There is a learning curve with the exiting system, but that's such a minute thing, and that is why I'm giving it a 9. I should give it like a 9.5, but it's a 9 for now. Then everyday use, I'm going to give it a 7. And the reason why I'm going to give it a 7 is because I can bring this on any set I want to. But when I'm doing smaller content creation, I can't really mount this on the top of my camera. I can, but remember, it is bulky. So for smaller things, like I'm going out in the town, I'm not going to be using it. Will I be using it for vlogs with a Canon 1DX? Maybe. I have to test it out more, but it's a solid maybe. It is big. I tried it out. It is a little top heavy having such a big monitor. It makes you stand out even more. But I'm giving it a 7 because every day I'm going to use it. Possibly on set 100%. That's why it gets a 7. But if I were to use it for smaller content creation, not really. When it comes to YouTube vlogs, every single day, every time I'm shooting a YouTube vlog, I'm bringing it. Every time I'm bringing it on set, I'm going to bring it. When it comes to impression, what I mean by impression is sometimes when you're on set, you like to have big cojones to really impress your clients. And this monitor does that, especially if you're a small content creation with lower budgets. Bringing this on set is going to look like you're bigger than what you really are. But you have to impress your clients with your gear, not only with your work, but with your gear. And this definitely does the trick. And as seen on TV, absolutely. And as seen on TV elements, absolutely it is better than what it's advertised, because one thing that they don't even advertise that much is that it's hot swappable. It means you could take a battery out and it can still run with one battery, which means that you could be taking out batteries here and there whenever you like to swap batteries and never have to turn the system off, which is something that is super brilliant about this monitor. And when it comes to its boot time, it's around 10 seconds, which is very fast for production, and I like it a lot. It's important to know how fast a monitor turns on and off to ensure everything's running smoothly to calculate perfectly. I'm going to give it an 8.8 out of 10. It is such a strong, solidly built monitor that outperforms what I thought it was going to do. I can use this all the time, except for when I'm going out in the town. It is just so solidly built, strong, bright, high quality monitor that I expect with Ikan, with true colors, and I'm excited to go shoot with it and build my career with this monitor. It's going to continue to grow with me as I grow. I'm not going to outgrow it in several years like other monitors out there, Small HD Focus, but it's strong. It's worth more than what I paid for, and for the price, you can't beat it. Well, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because we're going to be learning about content creation in the digital space. So I'll see you guys next week on Wednesday. Kiss, kiss.